Good morning children. In previous session we learned about a beam of light. Beam of light is nothing but a group of rays. A beam of light incident on a smooth shiny surface like a mirror. It changes the direction of light. That property of light is called reflection of light. In today's class we learn about characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror. So, to know in detail about the characters of plane mirror image, let us do one activity. Okay. So, what are the materials required for that activity? The materials required for this activity: lighted candle, mirror. Okay. So, what do you observe from here? Just place a lighted candle in front of a plane mirror and see the flame of the candle in the mirror. Are you clear? So, how does it appear? The flame of the candle behind the mirror. That means here it appears similar as like a object. What we can call that appearance of a object behind the mirror is called image. So, what is the definition of image, ma? The mirror, the candle which appears behind the mirror is the image of the candle formed by the mirror. So here, what is the candle? What act as a object? The candle itself act as a object. Clear? What is the object here? Object is nothing but a candle. The candle itself is the object. Now, move the candle to different positions in front of the mirror. See, I am moving the candle in different positions in front of the mirror. Observe the image in each case. Did the flame, while moving the candle, did the flame appear on top of the candle as in the object? Yeah, your answer is correct. Yes, whatever the flame on the top of the object appears similarly behind the mirror also. So, such an image is called erect and same size. What is the name of that image? Erect and same size. So, from this activity, what do you observe? The image formed behind the mirror is erect and same size. Now, just to know about the image, formation of image on a screen, just place a white paper behind the mirror. Here the white paper act as a screen. Now I am going to place the white paper behind the mirror. Can you get the image on your white paper? No. Now I am going to place the white paper, meaning of that screen, in front of the mirror. Can you get the image on your white paper? No. A white paper is nothing but screen. So from this activity, what do you understand? The image formed by a plane mirror cannot obtain on a screen. So that type of images are called as virtual images. So what you learnt from this activity? What is the conclusion of this activity? The image formed by a plane mirror is erect, same size, and one more thing, that does not form on a screen, that is called as virtual image. I want to know the distance. Do you want to know the distance of the image? Yes. Let us perform another activity. Materials required for this activity. What are the materials required for this activity? See this, that means video and tell me. Yes, your guessing is correct. Chessboard, mirror, a smaller object. So, what is the first step in this activity? Take a chessboard. If you don't have chessboard, you can draw the 4 lines and you can keep image and you can do this activity. And place a small object, maybe pencil, eraser. Here I used the soldier object. So, by placing that, observe the position of the object and distance of the object. Where you have to keep the object in a square box. Note the position of the image behind the mirror. Clear? Now shift the object to one square box to another. See, I am going to shift the object. Actually, the object is in third box. So in image also you can see in third box only. Now I am going to shift the object front. So in which square box the object is? Second. But in image what is the position of the object? In second square box only. See, now I am going to shift this one object in fifth box. Where is the object in a image? Where is the object in a image? Same in fifth box. So from this, what do you understand? The distance in between the object and image, the distance in between the object and mirror and image all are similar. Same distance we can observe. Why do you want to select here chess board especially? Because we can count easily the square boxes. For that they selected the chess board. So what do you understand? From this activity, the image is at the same distance behind the mirror as the object is in front of it. So now verify this by placing the object anywhere on the chart paper. So you now only we done this activity. Now again I am doing, see, I kept in last. So where is the image? Image is also last. Now I am going to keep in first box. So where is the image? First box. So from this activity, what do you understand? The distance in between the object and mirror image is the same. Example, if you stand 1 meter away from the mirror, the image is also 1 meter. So the total distance is nothing but 2 meters. Clear? So what is the final conclusion of this activity? The distance between the image and a mirror, object and mirror, both are same. Children, observe this slide. What do you observe in this slide? See, there one person stood in front of mirror. He raised his hand. Which hand he raised? Right hand. But what about the position of the hand in image? Yes, your answer is correct. That is left hand. That means, and one more, come to next picture. Actually, he is the football player. Actually, where is the ball? Ball is present in a right hand. But in image, the position of the ball is in left hand. So observe carefully. You will find that in the mirror, the right appears left and left appears right. But note that only sides are interchanged. The image does not appear upside down. Only here the sides are interchanged. So this type of images are called as laterally inverted image. I will give simple task to you. Just do the task, you will get fun also. Find out the letters of English alphabets. What letters you have to find out? English alphabets in which the image formed in a plane mirror appears exactly like the letters itself. I will give one letter. When you will keep a letter in front of the mirror, how does it appear behind the mirror? What is the image of that a letter? We can see same. So from this activity, what do you understand? The image formed by a plane mirror appear left as a right, right as a left. This type of images are called as laterally inverted image. So from these three activities, what do you understand? What is the final conclusion of these three activities? From first activity, what are the characteristics of plane mirror? Erect, same size. From next activity, what is the characteristics of a plane mirror? The distance in between the object and mirror, image and mirror, both are same. From third activity, what is the characteristic of plane mirror image? The left appear as a right and right appear as a left. That is called as lateral inverted. What is the final fifth one? Very important. Always the image formed by a plane mirror cannot obtained on a screen. So from that, what do you understand? That is virtual image. These five are the characteristic features of the plane mirror images. Now I am going to show one picture to you. Yes, what is this vehicle? Ambulance. Clear. This is very important because we have to give the way for the ambulance because it can save so many lives. Can you now understand why the word ambulance is written like that? Yes, because when the driver of a vehicle ahead of an ambulance looks in her rear view mirror, he can read ambulance written on it. Because always the images are laterally inverted. Here the ambulance letters are also laterally inverted. So when the person who is coming in front of a ambulance, when he see in rear view mirror, he can read ambulance correctly. That means from the laterally inverted position. So that's why they wrote ambulance like that. Suppose you are sitting at the dining table, you don't like the food. What you will do? Immediately you start playing with plates, spoons, whatever you have there, steel materials. So can you observe your face in a plate? Yes, your answer is correct. We can see our image in a plate. Which kind of image you can see? As like a image formed by a plane mirror only? Yes, your answer is correct. We can see a rectangle same size image. You look yourself in the spoon. Do you observe your image? Yes, you can observe your image in spoon also. So from that, what do you understand? Spoon also act as a mirror. We can also use spoon or any curved shining surface to see your image. Now observe this slide. Here you have spoon and images also. But these two images are different. Why does like that? All of you first observe first spoon. What is the surface of the spoon that is? Yes, that is the outer side of a spoon. In next one, that is inner side of a spoon. So, do you see your image in from outer side of a spoon? Yes, you can see your image from outer side of a spoon. But is the same the size? Is the same of the image the same smaller or larger? Sorry, is the size of the image the same, smaller or larger? Which kind of image you can see? Same size you can see, little bit, that is the smaller. So from this what do you understand? We observe image from the outer side of a spoon. One is erect and smaller. Then come to inner side of a spoon. Then see all of you your image inner side of a spoon. Yeah, you can see erect image. Increase the distance of the spoon from your face, then observe the image. Which kind of image you can see in the inner surface of the spoon? Yes, your answer is correct. That image is inverted. Your head you can see down and your bottom you can see up. That type of images are called as inverted images. So why do you want to discuss about the spoon here means this? What is the surface of the spoon? Is it a curved shape or a circular shape? Yes, curved shape. So the curved shining surface of a spoon act as a mirror. So which surface act as a mirror here? The curved shining surface of a spoon acts as a mirror. So these are best examples for the spherical mirror. Here, what are the best examples for that spherical mirror? So if I use that spherical term, did you get any idea about you can use that in your daily life to play cricket especially? What is that? Yes, ball. What is the shape of the ball? Spherical shape. So what you have to do, you can do by using ball a simple activity to understand about the spherical mirrors. For that what you have to take a rubber ball and cut a portion of it with a knife or hacksaw blade. So when you will after cut, the inner surface of the cut ball is called concave. So the inner surface of the cut ball you can see as like a inner surface of the spoon. What we can call that surface? Concave surface. How does appear outer surface of the cut ball? It's appear as like a outer side of a spoon. What we can call that surface? Convex surface. So the inner surface of a spoon acts like a concave mirror while its outer surface acts like a convex mirror. So we can call them as a spherical mirrors, because if we cut the sphere, you can get inner surface of the sphere act as a concave, outer surface of the sphere act as a convex mirror. But here you have to know the important terminology property, that means before going to discuss about properties of image formed by the spherical mirror, we need to know some important terminology. Now I am going to show one slide. see that slide and note down the points in your notebook and draw the same type of same type of diagrams in your notebook, and while I am explaining, draw yourself on your notebook. So observe this slide. What is the shape of this image? Spherical shape. How do you understand? So already I explained about the that means a spherical mirror is a part of a sphere. So here when we are taking first the center of the reflected surface of a mirror, spherical mirror, what we can call that is pole. That pole is denoted by P. Are you understand? In that image you can observe P. So all of you keep the center, one point at the center of the reflecting surface in your notebook. That point is pole. Then come to the center of the sphere. Here the reflecting surface of any mirror is nothing but a sphere only. So a part of a sphere. The center of sphere is called as center of curvature. That is denoted by C. All of you keep the one point at the center of the sphere. That is called as center of a curvature. Then draw a line from P pole through center of the curvature. That is called as principal axis. It is denoted by that is no, we don't have any denotation. That is called as principal axis. Then in between the C and P, keep a one more point at the center. The midpoint of the line segment join in the pole P and center of curvature C is called focal point. That is denoted by F. This focal point is very important for the formation of the image. Depend upon the formation of image. At the focal point or beyond, we can see the size of the image and clarity of the image. Are you understand? So pole, center of curvature, principal axis, focal point. These four are very important to understand the images formed by a spherical mirrors like concave and convex mirror. But furtherly you can get information in your higher classes, maybe 8th, 9th and 10th. Clear? Now I am going to show one video. By that video you can understand very clearly about the spherical mirrors.
This is also a plane mirror. This is a mirror as it has the smooth reflecting surface. But this is not a plane mirror as this reflecting surface is not flat. The reflecting surface is curved and hence this mirror is called a curved mirror. What about this one? This is also a curved mirror. The difference between the two is that the reflecting surface of this mirror is curved inwards, whereas the reflecting surface of this mirror is curved outwards. Can you think of examples where you have seen curved mirrors? A shiny surface of a spoon is a good approximation of curved mirror. Spoon has two reflecting surfaces, one curved inside and the other curved outside. Now the specific types of curved mirrors that we are interested in are called spherical mirrors. In fact, these two mirrors are spherical. Well, they look nothing like a sphere. But then why are they called so? They are called spherical mirrors because their reflecting surface is a part of a sphere. You can clearly see that the reflecting surfaces of both the mirrors form the part of the sphere. Now both these are given special names. The mirror that has its reflecting surface curved inwards is called a concave mirror, and the mirror that has its reflecting surface curved outwards is called convex mirror. Yes, inwards, concave, and outwards, convex. Now we want to study the properties of images formed by spherical mirrors. But before that, we need to define certain terms related to spherical mirrors. So let's do that. Both the mirrors are placed like this. Concave mirror on your left and convex mirror on your right. I'm going to define the terms for both these mirrors. Concave, inwards, and convex, outwards. The center of the reflecting surface of the mirror is called the pole. We represent it with a point P. In the front view of both the mirrors, you can see that the pole is present right at the center. Now, as I told you, the reflecting surface forms a section of the sphere. This sphere must have a center. This center of the sphere is called the center of curvature, denoted by C. And what will the radius be called? Yes, it's called the radius of curvature. Join the pole and the center of curvature with a line. This line is called the principal axis. The midpoint of the line segment joining the pole P and the center of curvature C is called the focal point. It's denoted by the letter F. We will talk about one last thing in this video, and that is an assumption that we are making all along. We are assuming the radius of the curvature of a mirror to be much greater than the aperture of the mirror. Aperture, in simple terms, is that part of the mirror which is exposed to light. In our mirror, this is its aperture, since the light can be incident anywhere in this region. If we hide some part of the mirror with an opaque substance, then its aperture is reduced. Mathematically, it is this length. So the mirror that we are considering is the one in which the aperture is much smaller than the radius of the curvature. These were a few of the terms related to spherical mirrors.
So did you understand what is the pole, what is the center of curvature, radius and principal axis and focal point? Very, very important this terminology. Why I introduced this terminology means because these you have to understand in 7th class, then only you can understand more in higher classes. So what is the summary of this session? What we discussed up to now? Characteristics of image formed by a plane mirror: erect, same size as the object, laterally inverted. Laterally inverted means left appear as right, right appear as left. Virtual image. Virtual means the image cannot obtained on a screen. That's why this is called virtual image. Then the image is the same distance behind the mirror as the object in front of it. And what we discussed today, spherical mirrors with the help of inner surface and outer surface of the spoon. So the inner surface of the spoon act like a concave mirror. Outer surface of the spoon act like a convex mirror. When you will see your image through convex side of the spoon, how does it appear? That is appear as like a small and erect only. So when you will see outer surface of the mirror, how can it appear erect and small? Through inner side it appear inverted. When it will appear inverted, if you will keep the spoon long distance. Okay, then come to what are the important terminology: pole, center of curvature, radius, principal axis, focal point. So what we will discuss in next classes: what are the spherical mirrors, concave and convex mirrors, the images formed by a convex mirrors and uses of convex mirrors we will discuss. Thank you.